This is Knight's Budgens, and the local produce here is fantastic. Oh, David, I walked into your store. It looks absolutely great.
Oh, thanks, Sunder. We're quite lucky down in West Sussex. We've got a lot of suppliers on our doorstep. Currently in store today, we've got about 50 local suppliers.
So how does a retailer start sourcing local produce?
I think for me, the first thing I would do was look at a food fair. You can, in one day, probably meet 20, 30 suppliers, and you can have a really good starting point of what's on your doorstep. The next thing we did, when we started exhausting our supply that was immediately in our vicinity, we started doing marketing campaigns. That's where we got a lot of the micro suppliers, people that do really small niche things. Yeah. And they're the things that make a real difference.
And I've heard a story about your famous sausages.
Ah, yes. This is quite an interesting little project that we do. It's called one of our little food projects. And what we do is we take the school children from one of the local schools and we take them to the supplier itself. Okay. And they get to design 2 flavours of sausages. They make the sausages with the supplier. And then we test them in the store and let the customers decide the winner.
And then coming back to customers, obviously they want to see local produce on the shelves.
Yeah, the demand has been insatiable for it, so the demand's there, it's massive. It's our point of difference now.
So tell us about this great community event.
Okay, well, as you can see, this is Light Up Hassocks. This is the culmination of some of our community work that we are involved in.
Yeah. So the atmosphere's great here. What goes on?
You're stood at the food fair area, so in terms of the community element, we do the food fair, so we use all of our local suppliers. So we've got Bangers Galore sausages, with the Hassocks Banger being sold tonight. Yeah. And we've got our Mummy's Famous Brownies from Emma. We've got a number of other local suppliers that are here tasting, and we've also got some of our team members tasting and handing out freebies from some of the main suppliers. And then further on down the high street, we have a fun fair, and we have a stage, and we have a Santa Claus coming through. So it really is, it's Christmas personified. Yeah. And this year we've done a Design the Light competition. So one of the local children have actually designed a light that's been manufactured and will be turned on outside the store today.
Right. I've seen the apple juice, and how do you get involved with that?
It's quite literally a Hassocks apple juice. All the apples are come locally. Locally, yeah. And then the children all put in their designs for the label, and we pick a winner, and the winner gets an Apple iPod. It's grown from a really small event, Light Up Hassocks, to a really large event, as you can see, and there's about 5,000 people here tonight, and hopefully it'll be bigger next year.
Very good.